It was 1941. Anna and James were young and in love. They lived in a small village in England. James worked as a carpenter, and Anna helped her mother in their family bakery. Every afternoon, they walked by the river and talked about their dreams. They wanted to get married and have a family. But everything changed when the war started. James received a letter from the army. He had to go and fight. Anna cried when she read the letter. She did not want James to go, but he had no choice. "I will write to you every day," James said. "I will come back to you." Anna held his hands and looked into his eyes. "I will wait for you, no matter how long it takes." James left the next morning. Anna waved at him until she could not see him anymore. Days passed, and then weeks. Anna waited for James's letters. Soon she received one. James wrote about the army camp, his training, and how much he missed her. Anna wrote back, telling him about the village, the bakery, and her love for him. Months went by. James went to France to fight. His letters became fewer, but he still wrote whenever he could. Anna read each letter many times and kept them in a box under her bed. One day, the letters stopped. Anna waited and waited, but no letter came. She feared the worst. Then, after many months, she received a letter from the army. It said that James was missing in action. They did not know if he was alive or dead. Anna's heart broke. She cried for days. She did not want to believe that James was gone, but time passed and she had to accept it. Everyone told her to move on. A year later, Anna met William. He was kind and gentle. He helped her family at the bakery and made her laugh again. Her parents liked him, and after some time, he asked her to marry him. Anna thought about James, but she also wanted a family, so she said yes. They got married in a small church. Anna tried to be happy. She loved William, but a part of her still missed James. She never forgot him. Meanwhile, James was not dead. He had been captured by the Germans. He was in a prison camp, far away from home. Life there was hard. He was hungry, cold, and tired. But he never forgot Anna. He thought about her every day. He dreamed of seeing her again. After years in the prison camp, the war finally ended. James and the other prisoners were free. He went back to England as soon as he could. When he arrived in the village, he went to Anna's house, but she was not there. An old neighbor told him, "Anna is married now. She has a husband and children." James felt like his heart stopped. He had dreamed of coming back to Anna. He thought she was waiting for him. But now she had a new life. He stood outside her house, watching the warm light from the windows. He wanted to see her, but he was afraid. What would he say? What would she say? Then one day they met. It was by accident. Anna was walking in the market when she saw a man standing there. He looked thin and tired, but his eyes were the same. "James," she whispered. James turned and saw her. His heart raced. "Anna." Tears filled Anna's eyes. She wanted to run to him, to hold him. "You're alive?" she asked. "Yes," James said. "I came back for you." Anna's hands trembled. She had waited for this moment for so long. She loved William, but James was her first love. Could she leave everything behind? She looked into his eyes and knew the answer. James shook his head. "You have a family now. They need you." Anna felt her heart break again. "But I still..." James took her hands. "Anna, I love you, but your life is with them now. Be happy. That is all I want." Tears ran down Anna's face. She knew he was right. She watched as James walked away, knowing she would never see him again. But she also knew he would always be in her heart. Anna stood there in the middle of the market, watching James walk away. Her heart ached, but she knew she couldn't change the past. James had returned, but not in the way she had dreamed. Years had passed, and her life was different now. William was a good husband and father, and their children adored him. She couldn't leave them. She returned home with a heavy heart. William noticed the sadness in her eyes. "Is everything all right, my love?" he asked. Anna hesitated for a moment. "I met someone from my past," she said softly. William understood immediately. He knew Anna's story. He knew about James. He approached her and took her hand. "Do you want to talk about it?" he asked. Tears welled up in Anna's eyes. "I don't know what to say. I loved him so much, William. I never stopped loving him, but I love you too, and our children." "I don't want to hurt anyone," William smiled sadly. "You can't erase the past, Anna, nor should you. James was part of your life. It's natural to feel this way." Anna felt relief in his words. He didn't blame her. He wasn't angry. He understood her. In the following days, Anna couldn't stop thinking about James. She wondered where he had gone, what he would do now. She knew she would never see him again, but she wanted to make sure he was all right. So one day, she decided to write a letter. My dear James, I don't know if you will ever read this letter, but I want to say what I couldn't that day. Not a single day passed without me thinking of you. I always waited for you until life led me down another path. William is a good man. He loves me and he loves our children. We have a peaceful life, and I know that if you were here, you would want me to be happy. But know that I never forgot you. You will always be in my heart. I hope you find the happiness you deserve. With love, Anna. Anna closed the letter, kissed it gently, and placed it in a small frame next to his old letters. She never sent it. She knew she didn't need to. Meanwhile, James left the village. He couldn't stay somewhere that reminded him of what he had lost. He traveled to London, trying to build a new life. The wounds of war and his heart ran deep, but he knew he had to move forward. Years passed. Anna raised her children, finding joy in the small moments of life. She never saw James again, but she always carried him with her. And every time she looked at the river where they once walked together, she smiled, knowing that for a time she had lived a love that would never be forgotten.